Angeles to San Francisco because that is a neighbor edge. But do you guys agree that if I instead went to Bakersfield and then went to San Francisco, I would get a slightly lower weight and a slightly less amount of travel time than directly going to San Francisco using this route? Do you guys agree about this, that I can actually go 112 plus 290, that gets me a shorter distance than compared to directly going to San Francisco? So BFS algorithm would not be able to find this, and that is why we need to have another algorithm that can take into account these sort of edge weights. So one easy way to um, um, apply BFS on such graphs where graphs have multiple different unequal weights is that we can insert sort of dummy nodes in your edges. So let's say that we have this particular edge from C to E that has a distance of 4. So instead of designing a new algorithm for instead of BFS, we can still apply BFS, but instead insert 3 dummy nodes between C and E. And we see that every edge unit is still a single unit length, so that is 1. But now we have to go through 3 of these edges, and that gives us a length of 4 to get to C, get to E from C. And if there are 3, if the weight is 3 in this case, let's say from B to E, we insert 2 dummy nodes and so on. So now if we apply BFS on this particular algorithm, let's say we start off from A, then we find out this particular dummy node and C first, and then from this particular dummy node we detect B, and that basically gives us the idea that B is 2 units away from A, whereas C is just directly after A, right? So essentially we are adding these dummy nodes and then making our edges a single length or single unit of length, and then we are applying BFS as normal and then figuring out whether that particular edge should be part of the shortest path or not, right? So you can imagine that this would basically first and foremost still make BFS applicable to our graph. But let's say that our graph has quite large edge weights. So let's say that here we have S to A that has an edge weight of 100, S to B has an edge weight of 200. So in that scenario, if we inserted 99 dummy nodes and 199 dummy nodes between S to A and S to B respectively, in that scenario, your BFS algorithm would now spend a lot of time covering these dummy nodes before it reaches A. Essentially, it needs to iterate 100 times before it reaches A, and then it can actually say that, okay, A is now part of this path. So that is one way to do it, but it is an extremely inefficient way of achieving this. The other thing that we can do is insert these edges or insert these vertices inside your queue such that, and I have no idea how to delete this thing, but okay. So I'll come to that. So essentially what we want is, since we have different set of edge weights, we want our algorithm to sort of sort out all the edges. So if we have these 2 vertices A and B, we would basically want to insert both A and B. So let's say we explore B first, insert that to the queue, and then we insert A, right? So let's say that we just inserted B first and then we inserted A next in our queue. So in that particular order, we would now explore all the children of B and then follow on to A because we are doing BFS. However, since A is 100 away from S and B is 200 away from S, if we are going to follow these edge weights instead of assuming that all edges are the same weight, then we would like to explore A first instead of B, right? Because A is closer to S than B. So in that scenario, we would want again a queue data structure, but sort of a priority queue data structure, which sorts itself into sorts all the vertices and inserts them in a sort of a sorted order. where here now if we insert B and A, it gets automatically sorted to A and B because A has the shorter distance. Does the priority queue idea make any sense as to why we want a priority queue to actually analyze A before B? Yes or no? And we will explore this property a bit more in detail, but essentially, does everyone agree that if I am performing BFS from S and then we detect both A and B, I need to analyze A first and then I need to analyze B instead of the other way around?
Because of the minute, because it has the minimum weight.
Yes, exactly, because it has the minimum weight. So now initially we were talking about all of those vertices have been equidistant from a particular node, but now we are also incorporating this weight inside our algorithm, and we are now going to evaluate every vertex in terms of their distance instead of assuming that everything is in the same distance. Does that make sense, everyone? And while you guys answer, can someone tell me how do I remove this particular line from my screen? Do I stop sharing? Do I start sharing again? Okay, found it. Never mind. Yep. Okay. So essentially, that algorithm would basically still perform BFS on a particular graph, but now perform BFS with respect to ordering of those vertices, where those vertices are now ordered with respect to their edge distances, right? So we would now need to design two things. Again, our BFS algorithm still remains the same, right? We are still going to eject from our queue and then evaluate all of those vertices one by one. The queue is still the same, the algorithm is still the same. However, the behavior of this queue is now slightly different because now we are going to make this into a priority queue where just inserting elements into the queue is not enough. We also need to make sure that it is in sorted order, right? Okay, so if we go back to the previous example here that we had, okay, so let's say that instead of this particular graph, let's say that we insert certain things. So let's say that we have S and then we had A, C, D, and E, right? So let's say that from S to A has a weightage of, let's say 10, then A, C, E. Now, if we are inserting, and let's say that A has a vertex weight of 10, C has 5, D has, let's say, 1, and E has 12. So in this scenario, when we assume that all of those edges and vertices had were equidistant and were at one distance apart, we just picked the next particular node in order and we just picked A, right? And we started exploring from A. However, if now let's say that S edges from S to A had a distance of 10, S to C had a distance of 5, S to D has a distance of 1, and S to E has a distance of 12. So what we would want in this scenario is to insert them into a queue as usual. So that basically gives you A, C, D, and E. However, we want to insert this into the queue in the order of their distances. So instead of it being A, C, D, E inside our queue, it should be D, then followed by that C, then followed by that A, then followed by that it should be E. Does this make sense as to what we are trying to achieve using a priority queue?
Yep.
Everybody else, I need answers from you guys. I need to make sure that you understand what we are talking about in terms of the Dijkstra algorithm. You can say no if you do not understand. I mean, we will go into more detail. Okay. So blah, 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 alarm clock, don't care. So this particular algorithm again is the same algorithm as your BFS algorithm, but instead of maintaining a queue, we are going to maintain a priority queue. So a priority queue needs to be able to do a few things. It is basically a advanced queue data structure that inserts them in a sorted order. So we need to be able to insert a new element to our set. And when I say insert a new element to our queue, once we insert it, it needs to go into the correct location in terms of its distance. Then we should also be able to decrease the distance of a particular queue to a particular vertex to a particular distance value. Same as last time when we were updating the distance, if it was infinity, we were updating it to distance plus 1, or we were updating it to a lower distance or a higher distance. We should be able to do that in our priority queue as well. Thirdly, we should be able to find out the vertex with the minimum most value. So in order to not say pop, but basically eject it from the queue, because now we are going to eject it in terms of the distance to that particular vertex. So in this scenario, D would be ejected first because D has the most minimum value, right? And also given a set of vertices, we should also be able to build this priority queue with as less time complexity as possible. Okay, so let's say that we have this sort of a data structure that is pre-designed and given to us. So now, given that we have this data structure, let's look at how this shortest path algorithm would work when we are talking about graphs with weighted edges. And that particular algorithm is called Dijkstra's algorithm. Right, so Dijkstra essentially starts off the same way as we do it with BFS. It initializes all the distances to infinity, and then it inserts the current vertex V. It basically inserts all the vertices V inside the queue. Let's call that queue as H, as a priority queue. And while H is not empty, we delete the first most minimum most value of the vertex. And remember that the initial element S has a distance of 0, so that gets ejected first, where every other distance is infinity. So only the first root node is going to be extracted first. And then again, we follow the BFS algorithm for all edges connecting to that particular starting vertex U, for all vertices V. If we find that the distance is more than the parent distance plus the edge weight of U to V. In that particular scenario, we say that we are going to update that particular distance because we found a better estimate, right? And then we update the Q value, and then essentially we update the weight inside the Q. And when we update this particular new distance inside our Q, remember that this vertex needs to be sorted in that order as well. So in that Q as well. Okay, so let's look at an example for this particular thing. So let's say that we have this graph, and I'll zoom in a bit. So let's say I have this particular graph A, B, C, D, and E, and this is my current set of vertices that we have. So we have A, our starting node, and we evaluate A to get B and C, right? So we update all the values for B and C to the edge weight, that is from A to B we have 4, from A to C we have 2, so we get the new distances.